I had just beaten a Japanese competitor, and now I was facing someone I never wanted to meet, Helen.
3, 2, 1, go!
The numbers on the screen went crazy, but they were no match for me. What? No way! It's been only 2 seconds! The audience starts cheering while Helen stares me down. So what now? Just wait for the result.
Helen's result is incorrect.
What? Yes! The championship is mine! But before I could touch the trophy, Helen lunged at it. What the heck? Helen lost it right there on set, and the result was that we had to leave the country that very night. Talk about embarrassing! Ever since I was 5, I'd been in numerous math competitions and was considered a genius. Growing up, I achieved great things and was always a pride of my school. Helen? She couldn't beat me for the top spot while I was around. But on the first day of the new school year, I got shocking news. After the school speaker announcement, all the students gathered in the basketball court already seated. Standing before us was our new principal. I heard she's Helen's mom. Oh no, that means she'll be even more stuck up. Man, like mother like daughter, she really looks so serious.
Dear students, to re-establish order, we will have a competence assessment test right now. Based on the results, students will be ranked from classes A to F.
All the students looked at each other bewildered. Competence assessment? Class ranking? The murmurs grow louder. A few troublemakers stand up shouting and throwing papers, but the principal just turns away coldly. For me, this test should be no big deal. I've even solved Harvard University's math problems. But this test was harder than I thought. Some questions didn't even have correct answers. I was sweating as other students began handing in their papers. Don't they see something odd?
Time to hand in your paper, Judy. Don't be so defiant. Watch your attitude.
The next day, we got our class placements. My name wasn't in Class A. Whispers all around, but I was too stunned to care. How pathetic, Judy. If I were you, I wouldn't show my face outside. Class F? How is this possible?
And to think, before I came here, the teachers praised you so much. What a disappointment.
What a surprise! We're classmates!
Shoot! Ken's the biggest troublemaker in school, and now I have to study with these people? This is bad. I have to find a way back to Class A. Despite my reluctance, I had to accept that I was now a member of Class F. The best way to avoid being influenced by them was to stay away, but they wouldn't leave me alone. Put that guitar down! We're in class! Look around. Who's studying? And they keep sabotaging me. One time, I was falsely accused of pranking the principal during a music lesson. Almost getting punished. Luckily, Ken was there.
Judy didn't do it! I can vouch for her!
I was surprised and touched by his action. But really, I don't belong in this crazy class. If Class A students enjoyed great perks, Class F was the complete opposite. We were handed a ridiculous set of rules.
It's mandatory that Class F students don't use common areas like the cafeteria, library, or bathroom shared with Class A students. No excessive fraternizing between male and female students of Class F. Your job is to study hard to improve your grades.
These announcements sparked waves of outrage, and recently, the name Black Sheep became a symbol of rebellion. I heard he sneaks into the principal's office at night and trashes the place. The principal's so upset she can't eat or sleep. She even issued a wanted notice for him. Black Sheep? Such a silly name. Ouch! Don't even tell me the food for Class F is rotten! This is a nightmare! But I almost tripped over someone deliberately blocking me. Oh, you should use the restroom for Class F. Take a left, then right. Climb 4 flights of stairs, then walk another 0.5 miles. Just a restroom. Why all the segregation? Damn rules. Ouch! Is that Black Sheep? I stare dumbfounded at his figure perched on a tree. Catch him, everyone! Seizing the chaotic moment, I dash into the restroom to do my business. Phew, relief. But Helen still catches me. Let's see how the school punishes rule breakers. Just then, I noticed someone outside the window calling me. Ken?
You gonna stay there and take it? Come here!
Without much thought, I jump out the window and run off with him. But seeing the principal at the classroom door, Ken pulls me into the janitor's closet. What the?
Be quiet or they'll catch us both.
He's standing so close and my heart is racing. This is the second time he's helped me.
Judy,
The bell startles us. Funny. What kind of chemical reaction was that just now? Despite escaping from Helen, the entire Class F still gets punished with cleaning the basketball court.
Crazy! Class A has a game and they make us clean?
Right, so unfair. Suddenly, Ken turns to me, his eyes sparkling. Does he have something to say? Is it...
What do you think about Black Sheep?
Huh? Well, I don't like him. Because of him, everyone thinks Class F is causing all the trouble. Ken doesn't respond and walks away. Did I say something wrong? In a moment, a water balloon hits me, soaking me through. They still won't leave me alone.
Ah!
Watching his miserable state, I burst into laughter. Ah! You'll pay for this! We threw water balloons at each other, and I never had so much fun. Turns out they aren't as bad as I thought. But the fun doesn't last long. Helen and the principal show up and disperse the crowd.
All Class F students will receive an additional week of labor punishment.
This time, like the last straw breaking the camel's back, the Class F students yell and charge towards the principal. But they're quickly restrained by the school guards. Suddenly, the fire alarm sounds. It's Black Sheep! He's here again!
Damn it! Whoever finds Black Sheep gets any wish granted.
As Ken grabs my hand and runs past the fire alarm area, I see that figure again. Black Sheep, who are you really? That night, as I was rereading articles about Black Sheep on the school's website, trying to remember any familiar details about him, the doorbell suddenly rang. To my surprise, standing at my door was Helen, but I really wasn't in the mood to deal with her. I have something to tell you. What? You heard right. I want you to catch Black Sheep for me. I gave Helen a skeptical look. She must be desperate to come to me. But why? That contest turned out to be so stupid. Class A is now full of frauds. So, in return, Black Sheep would organize another more transparent and fair IQ contest, right? Smart as always. You got it quickly. Don't you want to get back to Class A? I want a fair competition with you. Deal then. Anyway, I'm curious about who Black Sheep is. And above all, I want to regain my rightful honors. Finally, Helen hands me a Class F badge. This might belong to Black Sheep. I found it near the fire alarm. The rest is up to you. The next morning, I noticed a class clown wasn't wearing his badge. But then I realized almost no one in the class was. How could I tell who Black Sheep really was? After extracurriculars, everyone left the class. I was the last one out and accidentally stepped on a small note. Planned to graffiti the library at 7 p.m. I was torn, wondering if this was Black Sheep's next act of vandalism. It was almost 7 p.m. I had to see for myself. At exactly 7 p.m., I saw someone in black sneaking up and breaking the lock. I had to tell Helen. Come quickly, I'm about to catch Black Sheep. Phew. Let's do this, Judy. Judy, answer me. Who's Black Sheep? You're Black Sheep? Ken froze, seemingly shocked at being caught.
All we wanted to do was to be treated fairly.
That's right!
I turned around, startled to find all the students of Class F behind me, dressed as Black Sheep.
Before you turn us in, I want you to see this.
It was evidence of Class A students bribing the new principal. The ranking contest was set up for the principal to make money from parents. There it is! All of you deserve punishment! Good job, Judy! In my hands was the whole truth, and I knew Helen was also unaware of her mother's dirty deeds. After hearing me out, she fell to her knees, begging me not to expose everything. But I knew what I had to do. The ranking system always put pressure on you. Your mom still has to pay for what she's done. Black Sheep, hold Helen back. Right after that day, all the documents about the corruption scandal were uploaded online. The principal faced punishment for all her wrongdoings. The ranking system was abolished. Students no longer had to be divided and received equal treatment. I also realized that putting myself above others only led to loneliness. Now I've changed. I have friends and even more than that. Shine boys, shine boys. I love you, shine boys.
How the heck was she supposed to get inside? She had been hiding out there for over 30 minutes. Every day was the same. Fans mobbing the front, making her feel like one step outside would turn her into instant mashed potatoes. Wait a second. They probably wouldn't see her behind that, right? Phew. She finally made it inside.
Hey, Diana.
William, Finn, and Kenneth. You're probably wondering why those guys were in her house, right? Just her luck. And not the fun kind. Her name was Diana. She always told people to hit the like and subscribe button to follow her wild ride living with a superstar boy band. Then there was her brother, Dylan, a musical prodigy who had mastered 4 instruments by the age of 12.
Give it a go. I'll teach you.
They always played guitar and sang together late into the night. At 16, Dylan formed his own band called Shine Boys, playing bass and leading the squad. The group blew up across the US after just one hit song. Just as everyone was buzzing about a music festival invite, disaster struck.
Oh my god! What happened to your arm?
An accident.
This is bad. That major performance at the Tennessee Music Fest is just around the corner.
Dylan suddenly stared her down.
What?
Right. My little sis is a killer guitarist.
She was shook. Dylan was suggesting that she fill in for him. Performing on a big stage sounded dope, but she had never imagined herself in the spotlight, playing for thousands.
Please, Diana. I'm desperate.
No way. Jesus! Just the thought of being on stage makes me all jittery. How am I supposed to play and sing?
Why would she ever agree to such a crazy idea? The next day, as she was leaving school, a fancy Mercedes pulled up. A guy stepped out. It was Finn, Shine Boy's drummer, looking cool AF.
Finn, what are you doing here? Is there an event or... Whoa!
Okay, it might have looked like some princess getting VIP treatment, but nope, she was totally freaking out.
Seriously? Is all this drama necessary?
Dead serious. We gotta move fast. You know about our big gig next month, right? You should stay with us to practice. It's just for a month, no biggie. Don't stress. We've got your stuff in the back. Think of it as a vacation.
OMG. If only it were as chill as a spa day. They were basically kidnapping her.
Big shoes to fill, Diana. Dylan's a legend on guitar. No pressure.
Hold up. I didn't say yes about that. Plus, you guys didn't know who the real guitar pro in my house is.
At least give her a shot, Will. I believe in her. Diana's lit.
Oh, thanks, Finn.
Finn was such a gentleman and a total sweetie, but William's buzzkill vibes always ruined the mood. All right, deep breath, Diana told herself. This next month was going to be a wild ride. The first hurdle? Dealing with the ton of fangirls obsessed with the Shine Boys. Some fans, who kept tabs on the band's apartment, already knew she was crashing there.
Diana, scram!
She totally got why the fans were jealous. After all, living with 3 smoking hot, famous Prince Charmings. But honestly, that privilege was low-key nauseating. Beneath their glossy exteriors, they were filthy slackers. Socks, clothes, even underwear piled up, stinking up the bathroom. The floors were littered with banana peels, plastic bottles, and pizza boxes. Ugh, how did they live like this? She started suspecting that Dylan had gathered the band because they all matched each other's level of messiness. The second hurdle? Keeping her sanity. Once, she accidentally barged into the bathroom while Finn was in there. Holy guacamole, those abs weren't playing. She slammed the door shut, turned to run, and... oh no, wait a second. The thing breaking her fall felt softer than the floor. It was William. Up close, he looked even better. And those firm arms around her? Whoa, his physique was just as lit as Finn's. Maybe she wasn't just crushing on Finn after all. Looked like she had a thing for muscly dudes. But Mr. William Not Shakespeare wasn't about to let any dreamy scene last.
Where do you keep your eyes? On your butt?
Oh, where do you hide your sweet words? A safe somewhere? Can you be like a tad nicer when talking?
No need.
Good thing the tantalizing aroma from the kitchen saved him, or he would have been toast. It was a delicious spaghetti dish, courtesy of Chef Kenneth. Too bad his culinary talent seemed inversely proportional to his sense of humor.
Guess what we call fake spaghetti? Impasta!
This spaghetti's yummy, right guys?
To be fair, aside from a few minor quirks, they were total heartthrobs. Who would be your bias in Shine Boys? Drop it in the comments. Then one day, when she came to the practice room early to set up the instruments, she overheard something chilling.
What are you implying? The stage collapsed right where Dylan stood. Quite the coincidence. The cops ruled it an accident. Look, Will, I get it. You paved the way for Shine Boys, but Dylan became the front man. All eyes on him. You've thought about it. Stop spouting nonsense. You're also watching Dylan's solo contracts, right? Framing things as accidents is smart.
One more crack from you, and you might end up drumming with one hand.
Dylan's broken arm wasn't an accident. Someone was sabotaging him, and could it really be William? No way. She was determined to get justice for her brother, but trouble kept coming. The barista looked familiar. Where had she seen her before? The name tag said, Alice? An old friend, maybe? Whatever the case, she kept scrolling through TikTok while waiting. Suddenly, William appeared just as she stepped outside.
What the hell? I didn't even sip it! Are you seriously this pissed at me?
Listen,
Save it! Just leave me alone!
It's not as simple as you think. You need to be careful.
She stomped off, ignoring whatever William had to say. Over the next few days, even though her practice went smoother, the vibe at home grew tense. Apart from band practice, she avoided William at all costs. It seemed like he noticed, but instead of confronting or explaining, he just stayed silent. The most terrifying thing happened the day before the performance. Someone was tailing her. The footsteps kept getting closer. Ouch! It was the waitress from the cafe yesterday, Alice.
You don't deserve to stand with my angels! So shameless! That coffee the other day? Lucky you. But today, you're done.
Cut this crap out, or you'll be banned from all Shine Boys shows.
Shine Boys? That voice. Was it William? The man turned away and walked off. It was too dark to see his face, but the voice was unmistakably William's. The guy who sabotaged her brother out of jealousy but always looked out for her. What was his game?
Finn and Kenneth were really worried about you. They called to check if you got home.
Indeed, William was the only one there when she needed him most.
Hey Dylan, do you think William caused your accident?
What? No way. William would never do that. Why would you even think that?
Did you notice anything off with any of the three boys that day?
But...
Just answer me.
All I remember is Finn was super off that day. We usually film vlogs during rehearsals, but he was super pissed. Even yelled at the crew to stop filming. He's never been like that before.
Bingo! She begged Dylan for that video and stayed up all night watching it. At 5 a.m, seriously? Nothing again? Wait.
I got it! Here it is!
As Shine Boys moved to the waiting room for their performance, the still-running camera caught someone messing with the stage rigging right above where Dylan stood. That was him, Finn. He'd been fooling everyone with his fake polite facade, even making her doubt William. Such a jerk. The final performance day arrived. She wore her dazzling outfit, ready to stride alongside Shine Boys. She never thought she'd ever feel like a real superstar. The moment she had prepared for all month was about to come. But for some reason she felt down.
William, go away!
Suddenly, a fan shouted out loud, and reporters rushed in.
Is Dylan's accident connected to you?
They were all shell-shocked. No, she couldn't let this happen.
I know what you did. Here's your last chance. Explain yourself in front of everyone and stop framing William.
What are you on about? What did I do? Our performance is about to start. Quit your babbling.
Babbling? Nice. He was showing his true colors. She was determined to make him pay. The performance, the result of a month of hard work, was a smashing success. The joy of being cheered on by fans was indescribable. It was time for her to do what she had to.
Finn, I gave you one last chance. You blew it.
The big screen started playing the video she had told them about. Just moments after the performance began, the stage rigging collapsed right where Dylan had been standing, injuring his arm.
I trusted you, Finn.
You did this to Dylan just because of some nonsense contracts?
What do you know? Dylan and you? Always about yourselves. It wasn't me who caused it this way. Move!
I'm sorry for doubting you, William. I should have known better. I'll do anything to make it up to you.
Days later, William locked himself away. He needed time to heal. All she could do was be there for him. One day, he finally emerged and let her in.
There's something I've been meaning to tell you. Thank you, Diana, for truly seeing me.
Finn, the hypocrite who always envied others' success, had now been kicked out of the band. And guess who? None other than the lovely Diana would take on the official bass guitar position in the band. Fans even suggested changing the band's name to Shine Girl because she truly stood out so much. Oh no, it was time for her appointment. She had to go. She hinted that today was the first date between her and William, and that he was probably waiting for her in the Merc parked outside. She promised to see everyone later.
That day, when I had just arrived at school, suddenly, a luxury car sped past and splashed all the dirty water on me. So ignorant. Waiting for that girl to get out of the car, I immediately shouted, "Look what you did! Ew, go away! Ugh!" Just when I was about to fall back, suddenly a handsome guy like Harry Styles grabbed my hand. I apologize for Regina's actions. After a day of investigation, I, Jenna, 17 years old, also found out that guy was Finn, who had just transferred to my school with Regina. Would a handsome guy like him fall for a nerd like me? From that day, Finn was the only thing in my mind. I even predicted 36,892 possible scenarios when I started talking to him. There are 105 cases where I would become his girlfriend. Worth a try. So the next day, I decided to follow him to the library. Who knows when the opportunity would come, right? Are you looking for biology-related books? Yes, I am Let me see. Not waiting for him to finish, I dragged him to the shelf of biology books. What about the molecular and cellular biology of viruses book? No, Or non-coding RNAs and cardiovascular diseases book? No, I knew it! He must have found this. Just as I gave the book to Finn, a hand suddenly appeared and threw it away. Looks like this nerd falls for Finn. You should look at yourself. Then Regina pulled him away. I hurriedly chased after and collided a group of students who were bullying Albert, the chubby boy. Stay away if you don't want to be beaten. Dare to threaten me? They chased me to the bookshelf. I hid behind and used all my power to push it down. Snap! Too heavy! Just when I was about to give up, an arm helped me do it, blocking the way for two bullies. You! At that point, I noticed the person who helped me was Albert. Run! Now! After escaping from them, Albert shared with me that he was bullied for the past year because of his looks. Nonsense! You look so cute. If I see them again, I'll beat their ass. At that moment, I saw Finn and Regina enter the canteen. Without hesitation, I left Albert there to chase after them. Right after Finn passing, I excitedly shouted, "Finn, do you want to see these cupcakes I just bought?" Then I ran to him as fast as I could. Suddenly, Albert appeared, blocking me before I had time to stop and... Ah! The food on my tray just fell straight on Regina's face, making her extremely angry. Without waiting for my apology, she took the hamburger from Finn and threw it at me. How dare you throw food at my Jenna? My Jenna? However, things got worse when Albert continued to throw food at the beautiful girl. So the other students joined in and made a food war. If the proctor had seen this, I would have definitely been punished. I must get out of here. At that moment, I spotted a tray being thrown at Finn. Watch out! I rushed in front of him to catch it, but it was too good to be true. The tray hit me right in the face. Are you okay? I'm fine. After that day, my relationship with Finn improved. At least he decided to start a conversation with me. Soon my club's recruiting actors for Romeo and Juliet play. Do you want to join? Hope a nerd like you knows something about art.
If you want to know, all you need is brain.
After Regina's provocation, she and I decided to sign up for the club to see who would get the role of Juliet. 2 days later, we were at the audition. When I got there, I saw Regina doing something in the distance. Before I could ask, Albert ran towards me.
Jenna, will you rehearse with me?
At that moment, Finn tapped me on the shoulder from behind.
I'll help you win over my smug friend.
Then we also chose an empty space near the backstage to act. Below was Miss Kate, the judge of the audition. Oh, Romeo, where you've been all this eternal time, but how will we be together?
We'll be married, my beloved. Come, let's go now.
Oh, the arm that I always wanted to hold. I rushed forward without noticing there was a slick of oil under my feet that made me quickly fall forward. I tried to grab anything nearby, but not knowing that it was Finn's drawstring. Luckily, he caught me in time. As I wished that moment would stop forever, suddenly, Finn's pants fell. Ugh! At that point, I discovered the slick of oil was flowing straight from where Regina was standing earlier. I knew that she wasn't nice.
Very good. That's what I want to see in the two characters, Romeo and Juliet.
So, Finn and I both got the lead roles in that play. See, even though you harmed me, I could defeat you easily. It was one day until showtime. I stayed up all night to memorize the lines that made my eyes tired. I had to go wash my face right now. Suddenly, there was a strange noise in the dressing room. As soon as I ran in, I saw that my glasses were trampled on the floor. What the heck was going on? At that moment, Regina opened the door and entered. Hey, nerd. The audition has begun. Aren't these your glasses? No need to pretend. I know you did it. What the heck are you talking about? Why did I have to do that? I was about to argue further when Miss Kate came in and pulled my hand. Hurry up, Finn's already waiting for you. She pushed me towards the model castle. Suddenly, Albert appeared, stopping me.
Don't go up there, it's dangerous. Let's cancel the show.
But I pushed his hand away and insisted on going up to the tower. I've been waiting for this chance for a long time. At this point, Finn started the show.
Oh, my Juliet.
I tried to reach out to the balcony to take his hand, but I couldn't see clearly. I was gonna do it. I aimed as accurately as I could, swooping forward without noticing that this balcony was made of paper. Ah! Luckily, Finn tried his best to hold my hand. We were finally brought down to the ground. Everyone was worried about us.
Are you two okay? Why are you so reckless, Jenna?
It's because Regina harmed me, making me unable to see. Everyone's eyes stared at Regina, but she refused to admit guilt. Did you pour the oil to ruin my audition with Finn?
Is it really you, Regina?
At first, I didn't like Jenna, but no matter how much Regina tried to justify it, Miss Kate took her to the principal's office. As they passed, I noticed Regina was still wearing thin slippers. If she was only wearing them, she wouldn't have been able to trample my glasses. Broken glasses could injure her. If so, who harmed me?
Regina wouldn't do anything cruel like that. I think there's still something mysterious here.
I gently nod and tell Finn my thoughts.
Don't be impulsive. Let's find the evidence first.
We went back to the dressing room. Finn looked down at the shards of glass on the floor.
It's shoe marks. Looks like men's shoes.
So we just need to find out who has the glass shards under the shoe?
That's right.
We walked out hoping the culprit hadn't run away. At that moment, Albert ran toward us.
Why are you still here? If it weren't because of you, Regina wouldn't have trampled Jenna's glasses, putting her in such danger.
How do you know she trampled my glasses? I never mentioned that. After that, Finn and I looked at each other, nodded, and then rushed over to snatch the shoe from Albert's feet. Yes, got it. As I expected, there was still broken glass on the bottom of Albert's shoe. Why do you do that? It turned out that he created all the accidents I had at the club. Albert wanted to pour oil to hurt Finn, but unfortunately it flowed toward me, and the crushing of the glass was because he wanted to stop me join the play with Finn.
I just don't want to see you near him.
Finally, Albert was suspended from school for a week. Regina was also vindicated by us. She and I have made up after that. She also fixed Finn up with me. He likes you too, he just hasn't had a chance to say it yet.
Hey audience, my name's Grace, codename's Red, and I'm a spy. But right now, my life is in serious danger. Don't forget to like and subscribe to follow my story. Well, it took me a while for the anesthetic to wear off. After escaping from the Cliff Resort, I got a call from Big Boss.
Red, the organization is giving you a new identity. Take that thing with you and hide until the next instruction. Got it?
I got it, boss. I went to the city library. In the locker, I found a bag of clothes, my fake ID card, and a piece of paper detailing my new identity. Grace Burnhamoff, 17 years old. A high school student? You're joking, right?
No, I'm not. Okay, good luck then.
Boss? Boss! And that was the whole thing. Danger was still lurking out there, so I had to hide my true identity and accept my new identity as a high schooler. I went to Benton High School, Louisiana to complete my admission process. Hey, newbie. Are you not gonna say hello? Go away, kid. Huh? What did you just say? Just as she was about to provoke me, a girl quickly stepped out in front of me. Knock it off, Natasha! The girl named Natasha angrily went back to her seat. Hi there, I'm Mindy. Of course I knew her name. Mindy Hughes. Well, I did dig a bit inseparable. We did almost everything together. We went to school together, we had lunch together, we went to the movies together, and Mindy even invited me to her house for a sleepover. Girl, what should I wear to go on a date with my crush? Should I wear that necklace? I think that necklace fits better. Ugh, you still wear this broken watch? I quickly withdrew my hand. It belongs to my biological dad, so... okay. I had hidden my identity so well that no one seemed to ever suspect me. I had hidden so well that sometimes I thought I had really become Grace Burnhamoff, a typical high schooler. It was until one day... Mugger! Help! Did someone just say mugger? A man was running toward me. Behind him was a woman chasing and screaming. It was none of my business. I should just ignore it. But that woman was so desperate. Gosh, he thought he was safe here, but hey! I rushed over as fast as I could. The man had no intention of surrendering, so he rushed me. Pow! 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 In only 3 steps, I had the mugger laid on the ground, a literal knockdown. Mugger! Oh! Here's your bag. I gave the handbag back to the woman. Thank you very much. Grace, there you are! Oh God, what's going on here? She knocked him. It's nothing. Let's go. Did you really catch a mugger? No, I didn't. It was just an accident. Oh, I have a present for you. I took out a friendship bracelet from my pocket. Wow, it's so pretty. Thank you. Mindy jumped up and hugged me. I couldn't believe that the incident in the street corner was somehow put on the news. There was even a video of the mugger being knocked down by someone. Well, the video was quite blurry and my face wasn't seen clearly, but the fact that people were whispering and gossiping about it made me a little nervous. Especially when Mindy was sitting right next to me and staring at me. Darling, are you hiding something from me? No! Liar! You're definitely hiding something. I can smell it. I was walking, and he suddenly came out of nowhere. I didn't do anything. I already told you that. Attention, please. We have a new student. Mindy still looked at me incredulously, but then she also paid attention to the new lad.
Hello, my name is Elijah.
The girls were all crazy when they saw that the new student was a tall, handsome guy. Even Mindy was mesmerized by his handsomeness. Teenagers, I totally get it. Elijah turned his gaze towards me, smiling. He even sat next to me. My instinct told me that something was off here. Hi, Elijah. I'm Mindy.
Hi there.
Elijah had only been here for a week and already got close to Mindy. She even asked him to hang out with us. To be honest, I didn't like Elijah. He looked a bit stupid. This is the biggest mall in the city.
Whoa, cool! I've never seen such a big mall like this before.
This has been the 3rd time that Mindy invited him to join us. I was about to complain. Then suddenly, I heard a beep in my earphones. I had been waiting for this sound for 1 damn year. I finally got a call from Big Boss. Oh no! My stomach. I need to You two just go. I'll catch up later. I found a random excuse to leave. After going to an empty corner, I received the call. What's up, boss? Any good news for me?
Red, it's good to hear your voice again. Fortunately, I do have some good news for you.
According to Big Boss, I would be back to the headquarters in 3 months and then take on a new mission. Big Boss wanted me to stay hidden until then.
Red, you're the top spy I've ever worked with, so I need you to completely trust me, okay?
Copied, boss. After the conversation with Big Boss, I immediately came back to the mall. My heart just dropped a beat as the vehicle passed by. They were abducting Mindy! I immediately ran to the other side of the road and hopped on a motorcycle. Hop on now! Elijah was bewildered but still followed my words. I rode the motorcycle to chase after the black van. Elijah was scared, so he wrapped my waist tightly. My mind was in chaos. I might be the top spy in the organization, but now I couldn't think of anything else. All I cared about was Mindy. I couldn't let anything happen to her. The vehicle veered onto the highway. I also sped up. There were bunches of cars on the road, so I had to adjust to avoid hitting them while tracking the van. I just seemed to be frightened by my anger. Of course I was angry. They abducted Mindy.
I think we should call 911.
No cops. If we do, Mindy might be dead.
What?
It was true. I couldn't call the police, but I could find someone else's help. Phew. Now I need to find Mindy's location. That's right. The bracelet that I had given to Mindy previously.
How do you...
Stop asking and get on now. We're going to save Mindy.
What did you say?
I kept riding the motorcycle with Elijah on the beach. Well, he seems to be timid, but I guess he's all I've got now. Following the GPS signal, I came to an old and rundown mansion. It looked abandoned, but it was just a cover. I had spotted cameras everywhere there. Mindy was being kept right in the mansion. To sneak in, I had to spend some time looking around and found a hole in the fence. Right then, a guard appeared.
Hey, it's dangerous.
Ouch! I defeated the guard in the blink of an eye.
Wow, how do you do that?
There's no time for that. Let's go. We successfully entered the mansion. I focused on tracking Mindy's location while still trying to avoid the guards.
It's dangerous.
I know it was dangerous, but that's the only choice I have. This isn't right. There were literally no guards in here. Mindy! Mindy was lying on the floor. Fortunately, she just passed out. Mindy, wake up! Mindy finally opened her eyes. Grace, you came! I'm scared. Mindy, Elijah, and I came back to the old path to leave. Suddenly, a man appeared, then another man appeared, and another one. Okay, Mindy, please step back. You too, Elijah. But why?
Just listen to her.
Okay, I'll summarize this part really quickly for you. So I had to fight through the fight and got some injuries, but overall, I was pretty okay. Mindy couldn't help but be shocked to see what happened. Mindy, let's go. You know martial arts? What's happening here? I'll explain everything to you later, but now we need to go.
I don't think you will.
Ah! Grace, save me! Elijah revealed his true evil face and kept Mindy in his hands. I realized I was tricked in the first place. I really wanted to rush him, but he was keeping Mindy, so there was nothing I could do.
Give me that thing.
What thing?
Don't you play dumb. You brought it with you while jumping off that cliff in Hawaii, so you better give it to me now.
How did he know I was in Hawaii? Oh God, he's the assassin! Gosh, I should have found this out sooner.
Hurry up.
I unconsciously touched my wrist. Putting everything together, I finally understood that abducting Mindy was just a trap to lure me here to force me to hand this thing over. If I gave it to Elijah, both Mindy and I would undoubtedly be in great danger. But he's having Mindy, so I have no other choice. It's here. I keep it in here. I purposely threw the watch beyond Elijah's reach. To catch it, he had to push Mindy toward me. As soon as Elijah caught the watch, he immediately got a punch and was knocked down. I quickly got the watch and took Mindy away. Right then, I heard people approaching. Mindy was frightened. Her whole body was shaking. It's all right. It's not a threat.
Well done, Red.
You're a bit late.
Well, the road out there was a bit roundabout, but it looks like you've sorted it all out.
Yeah, it took a little bit of time. Here. Perhaps you might want to know what was in that watch that made me risk my life to protect. Well, inside the watch was a decryption chip that could activate a type of biological weapon. After stealing it from the mafia boss, I still hadn't had a chance to give it to the organization.
You take your friend home. We'll take care of the rest.
After that, the organization escorted me and Mindy home safely. I had explained everything to Mindy, and of course she had to sign a confidentiality agreement. She was quite shocked at first, but eventually she accepted the truth. So, do you really have to leave? My mission was accomplished, so it's true. Mindy suddenly held me tightly. I also hugged her. I'll miss you so much. I'll miss you too. Goodbye, Mindy. After I was gone, Mindy was upset for half a month, but she eventually overcame it. I came back to be Agent Red. Get ready for my next mission.
Okay, here's your new identity.
Grace Burnhamoff? Wait, are you joking?
No, I'm not. Well, in your last mission, there's been a witness, and the assassin has escaped, so danger is not over yet. Your next mission is to protect the witness, Mindy Hughes, until we catch every individual that is involved with the chip. Are you clear?
Yes, sir! What's happened?
See?
Oh my god! Miss Miller and I hastily got off the bus to check the woman's situation. She looked panicked and scared. When I saw the woman wandering around like she was looking for someone, I bent down beside her. Who are you looking for, madam? But as soon as she saw me, her eyes widened in terror. Then she fainted. Hello, I'm Chloe, 15 years old. I had a special life. I have lived at the foster home since I was an infant and never knew about my parents. And now here I am, in the hospital, waiting for the woman this morning to recover.
Huh?
Thank God she's waking up! After the woman felt better, we talked for a while. Her name is Campbell, and she lives north of town. The special thing was after knowing that I was living in the foster home, she offered to adopt me. Mrs. Campbell is gentle and has a very warm smile. It would be nice if I could come and live with her. That day was the day I came to live in a new house. As I was getting dressed, Miss Miller poked her head in and announced Miss Campbell's arrival. Is that Mrs. Campbell? A voice from behind me made me startled. It was Maggie. Although she had been here a few months, we were already very close. Maggie is kind, but... That woman, is she a good person? Yeah, she is kind of skeptical. She suspected anything unexpected happens. She didn't believe in random things. She often said, "Everything happens for a reason." Just go! I want to know exactly what kind of person she is. So we're done with the paperwork. Maggie immediately stood up and walked over to Mrs. Campbell. I'm Maggie. I'm considered to be the smartest kid here. How nice to meet you. We gotta go, Chloe. Maggie's expression made me chuckle. This time she was probably too suspicious. I'll call you later. The car stopped in front of the gate of a large mansion. I had to pinch myself to see if it was a dream. Ouch! So everything is true. Welcome home. From now on, it will be your home, she said, and then led me inside the house. We went all the way down the hall and into the living room. It really was the biggest house I have ever known. Then my mother gave me a map, saying that just in case I was not familiar with the house. Yes, it was the map of that mansion. You can go to any room you want, except for the room at the end of the hallway. That is my workplace. Nothing wrong with that, right? Okay. That night, I spent hours with Mrs. Campbell. I mean, my mom. I told her that I really love her, and it's great that she loves me too. With your beautiful face, I love you so much. So that was the feeling of love. I hope this moment lasts forever. The next morning when I woke up, I was startled to see a woman standing beside my bed. Good morning. Thank you. And another maid emerged from under the bed, holding up 2 slippers. Good morning, Miss Chloe. She even lifted my feet to put on slippers. My gosh, it's unbelievable. Is there anything I should be doing myself? Be rich, miss. I think it's gonna be hard. In the next few days, I just spent all day wandering in the large house drinking tea. I rushed down to join with her, but as soon as she saw me, she immediately changed her attitude. What are you wearing? My clothes? No, my daughter can't wear this. Sit here and wait for me. What's going on? What does she mean by I can't wear this? Even though she left me confused, I still sat quietly and waited. After a few minutes, Mom came back with a bunch of dresses in her hands. Blue, red, purple, yellow. All of them were expensive ones. Did you buy all these things for me? You should wear them and throw away all the old clothes. They no longer match you. I feel uncomfortable. We sat down to dine together at the large table. About this morning, I'm sorry for raising my voice. It's okay, Mom. I'm not pushy. She looked at me and gave me a gentle and warm smile. That smile seemed to have the power to make me forget everything. But when I was about to go and sit next to her, she immediately got angry. This is not your seat. Sit down right there. Before I could react, Mom got up and left, leaving dinner unfinished. What happened? I couldn't understand her behavior. It was not even over. She even asked me to learn the piano. Mom even hired a teacher to tutor me at home. If you don't work hard, you'll have to skip dinner tonight. But I'm just getting used to it. How can I pass your test? My daughter must be good at the piano. Sit here and try harder until I come back. It's absurd. How the hell could I become a piano genius overnight? God! My beloved daughter, did you just say something? No, nothing, Mom. Again! Something very strange happened. I was forced to take piano lessons many days later. I wasn't allowed to go out. Yes, she forbade me to visit the children in the foster home even though the distance was not far. Ugh, I can't take it anymore. Things were getting more and more weird. I knew it was time to talk to Maggie. One day, I waited for Mom to go out. Then I invited kids in the foster home to come here. So you say Mrs. Campbell is weird? But how? She changes her emotion very quickly. Sometimes gently, sometimes irritably. I don't understand. Every time she became angry, she went to her workplace alone. While we were both thinking, a loud noise startled us. I panicked and ran to the place where the noise came from. It turned out that the naughty children had knocked over the small cupboard in the mom's bedroom. I was telling the kids not to mess around when Maggie spoke up. Chloe, look what I found! My hands trembled as I held my mother's medical record. It turned out she had a mental problem and could hardly control her emotions. There's definitely a secret in that room. We immediately ran to the room with the large lock outside. Was there really a scary secret behind that door? As I stood hesitating, Maggie ran out of nowhere with a shovel in hand. Look at me! Do you want me in first or you in first? I didn't reply to her, just quietly pushed the door open. Inside was a large room. In the middle of the room was a grand piano, much bigger than mine outside. Did she also play the piano? I walked over and touched the keys. The notes sounded clear and I knew it was still in good condition. You surprised me, Chloe! Maggie's voice startled me. You got close to Mrs. Campbell, didn't you? Following her gaze, I spotted a large wall hung with pictures of my mom and another girl who looked like me, but not me. She's not me. What was going on? I couldn't breathe. I felt like my heart was being twisted. So this is why she insists on adopting you. Dear Sophia, my poor beloved daughter, it's been almost 10 years since we last saw each other. I kept everything that used to belong to you. Your piano, your dresses. I miss you so much. Today, I ran into a little girl who looks like you. Stop! Please. My mom, Mrs. Campbell, adopted me because I resembled her daughter. But what happened to that girl? I'll take the kids home. Maybe you want to be alone right now. When all was gone and I felt alone in the big mansion again. What should I do? I just sat still in that room, next to the piano. I thought of Sophia, a girl I had never met, and Mrs. Campbell. How am I feeling? Angry? Sad? Or disappointed? Sophia? I stopped playing, stood up and looked at Mrs. Campbell. I could clearly see her shoulders shaking. But I'm not Sophia. I'm Chloe. She's just obsessed with her daughter. Sophia? Is that you, Sophia? No, I'm not Sophia. I'm Chloe, the child you adopted from the foster home. Even though I didn't look at her, I knew she was slumped on the ground. After a few seconds, I took a deep breath, picked up the picture of Sophia on the piano, and walked over to her. Are you looking for this girl? I don't know how to tell you. I love you. Whether you're Sophia or Chloe, You adopted me, turned me into your daughter? Did you just do all these things to hurt me? Before she could even say anything, I left the house in tears. I ran to the foster home and went straight to Maggie. I know you're upset. Why is this happening to me? You see, everything happens for a reason. But you and Mrs. Campbell are alike. She needs a daughter, and you need a mother. I'm not angry because she had a problem. I'm angry because she kept it from me. If we didn't find out her secret, how long would she consider me Sophia? I don't know if I can forgive her. Of course you can, and you will because you're Chloe. Mrs. Campbell is very pitiful, isn't she? She lost the daughter she loved the most. But I'm sure Chloe can give her a bigger love than that. You love her too, don't you? I remember her gentle smile. It was the warmest one I had ever seen. After talking with Maggie for a while, I realized she was right. I knew what I needed to do. I went back home to find Mom standing on the balcony, and I took her hand. Just keep your Sophia in your heart, but I'm here, and I can bring you a new love. Let me be your daughter. Oh, Chloe, thank you very much. The period after that was the happiest time of my life. I have a mother, a close friend, and younger brothers who always love me. I realized that just give, and we will get more in return.
The prince, enchanted by the beauty of the sleeping princess. Can the kiss of true love awaken her? He slowly leans in. Why is he taking so long? I can't wait any longer. I wrap my arms around his neck and we kiss. Oops, forgot we were in the middle of a play. But who can blame me when my crush and I get to play this scene together? Hello, I'm Sierra, someone who never hesitates to chase the love of her life. And that's why my love life is quite a roller coaster of laughs and tears. Before we dive in, don't forget to like and subscribe to MDA. Nowhere I've been could ever be as big and beautiful as my family's mansion in the San Francisco Bay. It makes sense since my parents are wealthy business tycoons known all around. I bet some people think, just another dumb rich kid. But nuh-uh, I've never slipped from the top of my class. In high school, I was directly admitted to one of the elite schools filled with notable rich kids. Meet Daisy, my best friend. Believe it or not, her family owns a gold mine. My life has nothing to complain about, except for one issue, me. That move was totally unexpected, Sierra. Where did you find the courage to do that? I just went crazy, I guess. But I really like him, though he didn't seem too comfortable, did he? People often tell me I'm too forward and enthusiastic when I like someone, sometimes making the boys feel overwhelmed. I think, how would they know if you don't show your feelings? But in the end, all my budding romances never lead anywhere. Most recently was when I met this guy, Robert. Jeez Louise. He shone like a second sun. I knew I was struck by love at that moment. As always, I didn't miss any chance to get close to him. Stalking his Instagram and sending him goodnight texts, buying breakfast and placing it on his desk, or sneaking into his lab class and just becoming his partner. Occasionally, he'd send a goodnight text back or thank me for the breakfast. Robert definitely noticed me. Then one day, he approached me with the sweetest strawberry milk ever.
My arm's so sore after volleyball practice today, and I can't even lift it. And now I have to carry this huge box of books down to the storage room.
Oh, no problem, Robert. Let me help you. I guessed afterward, Robert would ask me out as a thank you, and finally, my love life would look up. But then...
Kiara? She's easy. Doesn't take much to win her over. I tell her to jump, she asks how high.
My blood boiled in rage. I hurled the box of books straight at Robert and his friends. You jerk! I turned and walked away, vowing to make him regret ever underestimating me. Then suddenly, someone stood right in front of me, causing me to almost bump into him. He had AirPods in and was buried in a book. I tried to dodge, but he stubbornly wouldn't move aside. Are you blind? Can't you see to move out of the way?
Oh, I'm sorry. Please, don't cry.
I kept crying, and it wasn't until after I'd eaten 3 ice creams he bought me that I began to calm down. That's when I learned his name was Carter. After hearing the whole story between me and Robert, Carter made an incredibly unexpected offer.
How about this? I'll pretend to date you to make that Robert guy jealous. In return, help me get straight A's this semester so I can get a scholarship. I know you're really smart, Kiara. Deal?
Carter's weird but totally legit proposal got the thumbs up right then and there. Boom! I had a boyfriend overnight! Daisy was totally gobsmacked when she met the new friend, so I spilled the whole saga to her.
What? That jerk actually said that about you? Heck no! Robert always acts all saintly, but he's really just trash!
And then Daisy dropped a bombshell of her own.
Hey, if you and Carter aren't serious, how about hooking me up with him? He seems pretty cool. It's a win-win. Robert will be on his knees begging for your forgiveness, and who knows, maybe me and Carter could be a thing. I'm getting even more pumped for prom.
I was all in. All I cared about was making Robert regret everything. If he even tries to ask me to prom, I'll shoot him down in a heartbeat. Me and Carter started scheming to show up everywhere Robert could see us, grabbing lunch at the canteen, flirting in front of his locker, and walking home together. Gotta admit, our acting wasn't half bad. It was like we were actually an item. Turns out Carter and I clicked more than I expected. We could chat about nothing all day and never get bored. None of the guys I chased before ever tied my shoes, carried my books, or held my hand crossing the street, like Carter did. And weirdly enough, butterflies started fluttering inside me. But I couldn't forget my deal with Daisy. I thought playing matchmaker would be easy, but my feelings were turning into a real cat and dog fight. Honestly, I didn't want any of this. Oh, fancy meeting you here. Wasn't that scene just a heart stopper? My bad. Woohoo! Let's hear you scream! Oops, sorry. Just chasing this grasshopper. Bye, Carter.
What's up with you, Sierra? There hasn't been a single date without you crashing it.
It's just coincidence. I didn't plan it.
Come on out with it. You like Carter, don't you?
My heart skipped a beat like Daisy just stabbed me. No way, that's crazy. Trust me, we're just pretending to annoy Robert. Daisy let it slide, but what if she was right? I couldn't stop thinking about Carter every time I saw him. One day while studying with Carter, he suddenly leaned really close. Holy moly, I could feel his breath on my cheek. My heart was racing as I looked into his bright, twinkling eyes. And then, Carter gently picked a leaf out of my hair. No way, I'm totally falling for him. The prom announcements were starting to circulate around school. I suddenly realized I hadn't thought about Robert in ages, even now as I saw him inviting another girl to prom. Had I really wasted my time on something so pointless?
Kiara, I was wondering, would you like to be my prom mate?
I was dying to say yes, but my head held me back. I'm sorry, Carter. I can't. You should ask Daisy, right?
Kiara, are those your real feelings?
Instead of answering, I just ran away. As prom day drew near, everyone else seemed hyped, but I was just not feeling it.
Let's see. Which dress matches my new nail color? Maybe go big this year and get one custom made? What do you think, Sierra?
Well, I think I might skip prom this year.
What the fudge? It's only once a year, Sierra! You can't be serious!
I don't know. I'm just not up for it.
Did you know Carter just got a scholarship? He's prepping for study abroad plans next month.
Carter hadn't mentioned anything to me. Maybe this is where it all ends. Really? Good for him.
Gosh, where's that fiery girl who boldly chases after her crush? Why are you acting like this? It's obvious you like Carter, but you won't admit it.
What are you talking about? I don't. I just hooked him up with you.
All right, I get it. Listen, Sierra, Carter told me from the start he liked you. You think that deal about straight A's was real? Carter could ace that blindfolded. It was just an excuse to be close to you, you dummy.
Daisy, but you...
I don't like Carter that much, Sierra. He's just hot, so I was curious. I wanted to see how you'd react. Never thought the princess who boldly kissed her prince back in the day would be so shy now.
I knew what I had to do. At the prom, stepping into the hall, I immediately spotted that jerk Robert.
Well, you look sweet today. Long time no see, huh? Wanna dance with me?
No, stay away from me. Suddenly, someone grabs Robert's arm and pushes him away.
Show some respect. Kiara said to stay away from her. And who are you? Her boyfriend.
Oh my god! Did he just say that?
Sorry, Kiara. About earlier. I must have made you uncomfortable.
Before I even realized it, I found myself kissing him. Maybe at that time I thought, if not now, then never. I like you, Carter. Wow, did I just say that?
Yes. I like you too, Kiara.
And we kissed again.
What? Study abroad? No way! I haven't even applied yet.
That Daisy, she really spooked me.
You'd be the first to know important stuff like that. I got those straight A's thanks to you.
Thought you could do that with your eyes closed. It was all part of your plan.
There was only Robert in your eyes all the time.
Are you jealous? That's my first successful love story. I'm grateful that I finally decided to be true to myself, so I don't have to live with any regrets. What about you?
As usual, I had to participate in another boring TV show. But Mom, Ella, and Amelia seemed all excited about challenging the host to tell the three of us apart. Let's see. Is this Ella? Nope, you're wrong. Then, is it Amelia? Wrong again. See, this game isn't as easy as it seems. Wow, it's really hard. You three really do look like one. Enough! Are you blind? Ella, Amelia, and I'm Mia. We're totally different. And why do people find it so fun that we look alike? It's not flipping flapjacks funny at all. Look closely. I'm Mia, the only one on this planet. Got it? Everyone in the studio was stunned. After my boiling hot tirade, the host burst into tears and ran off. Okay, I'm sorry. I was a bit hot-headed at that moment. But I was just really fed up with always being stuck with my triplet sisters. Hi, I'm Mia, a famous model from San Antonio. Please like and subscribe to MDA. Have you ever experienced what it's like to have two people who look exactly like you on Earth? That was my life for the past 16 years. My other two sisters are Ella and Amelia, and we were born just minutes apart. Ever since we were in our cribs, Mom dressed us in identical outfits, making everyone go, "Oh gosh, triple the cuteness."
They look exactly the same. They're like living dolls.
Our striking appearance quickly landed us modeling contracts, but Mom only agreed if we were allowed to wear the same outfit and walk the runway together. Our performance unexpectedly captivated the audience, and from then on, we became the famous young model triplets known throughout the state. Unlike Mom and my sisters, who were proud of it, I felt trapped. No one could tell us apart because we looked too similar. Once a love letter meant for Amelia ended up in my locker, making me think I had a secret admirer. Another time, I got scolded for a bad test score, but it was actually Ella's test. The thought of changing my appearance had crossed my mind a few times, but I finally made up my mind on my 17th birthday. That day, after using the restroom, I came across a noisy crowd outside our—
You're not Mia?
I'm Amelia, you moron! That idiot stood there bewildered for a moment before turning to grab Ella's hand.
Mia! I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
Hey, I'm Ella. Can't you even recognize your own girlfriend? At this point, Kay turned to me, looking ready to take another slap. I was furious and humiliated. We're breaking up! For days after that, I locked myself in my room, crying until my eyes were swollen. Enough was enough. I wanted to be unique, not look like everyone else. But when I told Mom about it and begged her to let me get plastic surgery, she looked at me like I'd suggested burning the house down. You can't, Mia. People love that you all look identical. And that's how we make money. Doing this would ruin our career. I won't allow it. There was nothing more devastating. The next day, as I sat alone feeling down, someone approached me. Hey, Mia, I'm really sorry about what happened. Kay is such a jerk. Are you okay? It was Ashlyn, one of the most popular girls at school and also a model. This was our first time talking, but with no one else to turn to, I told her everything. I totally get how you feel, Mia. It sucks when no one remembers you for you, and you're always mistaken for someone else. Listen, I think I can help. You're lending me money? No. I know a newly opened clinic that needs models to try out and promote their services. What do you think, Mia? I hesitated for a few seconds before decisively nodding at Ashlyn's suggestion. A few days later, I went to the clinic with her. After consulting with the doctor and deciding on the areas to fix, I took a deep breath and lay down on the operating table. Goodbye, old Mia! Mom nearly fainted when I came home with my face bandaged like a mummy. Despite her furious yelling, I calmly closed my door and counted down the days until I could unveil my new look. That morning when I came downstairs, everyone's jaws dropped as they stared at me like a stranger had just broken into their house. No one at school recognized me, not even Ashlyn, who took a few seconds before exclaiming, "Wow, Mia, you look amazing! And you don't look anything like your sisters anymore!" Awesome, thanks, Ashlyn. I feel like I've been reborn. From then on, I completely separated myself from the Living Doll trio, moved out of my house, and lived with Ashlyn as she suggested. I took on a new stage name and became an independent model. I worked hard, going everywhere for photo shoots and building connections with designers. Gradually, I started getting invited to fashion shows and was even asked to be the vedette model for a very famous show, something my sisters had never achieved. I bet Mom wasn't too happy about that. One day, she came to the studio where I was working to confront me.
Mia, we built everything together and now you want to destroy it all?
But there's nothing wrong with wanting to achieve something on my own, right, Mom? I can't live in the shadow of the Living Doll trio forever. I'm not coming back. But things only got more complicated after that. Rumors and unflattering photos of me started spreading online. Not only that, pranks kept happening. Glue was poured on my chair, interrupting a photo shoot, and all of my high-heeled shoes broke right before a show, forcing me to go barefoot. Could it be Mom and my sisters? Of course they couldn't just sit back and watch me succeed on my own. Well, I had to prove to them I wouldn't back down. I worked tirelessly to improve my catwalk skills and handle any mishaps on stage. Thanks to this, my audience's support grew and the nasty rumors faded. Now, I was more determined than ever not to go back to my family. When I told Ashlyn, she was furious and insisted we get revenge. We should just ignore them. I'm really upset too, but we don't have any proof. Shh, come on, it'll be fun! They need to see that you've become much stronger and can succeed on your own! In the end, I went along with Ashlyn's plan. She came up with the idea of preparing a bunch of creepy rubber snakes. We disguised ourselves as photographers at Ella and Amelia's show and secretly placed the snakes on the runway. Needless to say, my sisters screamed and ran, scaring the guests and turning the show into a disaster. A while later, as Ashlyn and I were sneaking away, Ella and Amelia blocked our path. I knew it was you, you moron! What did we ever do to deserve this nasty prank? What are you talking about? We just came to watch the show. Shut up, Mia. You've gone too far. And you too, Ashlyn. If you want to succeed by stepping on others, go ahead and try. Instead of feeling victorious, I was racked with guilt for a long time after that. Karma came quickly. One morning, I woke up with my face swollen, painful, and covered in red spots. I panicked and rushed to the clinic for a checkup. On the way, a group of strangers suddenly surrounded me, ripping off my mask and exposing my swollen, spotty face. I struggled to escape the flashing cameras and ran to the clinic. When I arrived, I saw Ashlyn calmly walking into the doctor's office with a cup of coffee. Could she be planning to get plastic surgery too? I got curious and pressed my ear to the door. I can't believe we actually managed to take them down! And to think I became that dumb Mia's savior! You did a great job! Look, the internet is flooded with pictures of her ugly face beneath the makeup! Looks like our plan worked perfectly. By the way, you don't think those people who suddenly took pictures of Mia were a coincidence, do you? So it was you, my clever girl! My hands clenched into fists. That sneak Ashlyn tricked me? I connected all the dots and saw Ashlyn's true intentions. She was a failed model, probably envious of the Living Doll trio's fame, and tried every way to sabotage us. The next day was an important show, and I was worried about my face. The complications made me tired and dizzy, but I couldn't back out now. I stepped onto the runway. Beneath the makeup, my face was still swollen and painful. My whole body felt hot and my head throbbed. I forced myself to walk even as my vision blurred. Unfortunately, halfway down the runway, the bright lights ahead blinded me and I stumbled and collapsed. Just when I thought it was over, someone caught my arms and helped me up. It was Ella and Amelia? We're here with you, Mia. Can you keep walking? Let's do this together like we always do. Tears welled up as I looked at my sisters, summoning all my strength to continue. The audience erupted in applause. With my sisters by my side and Mom cheering us on from the crowd, my shaky legs felt reinvigorated. We completed the performance together, making the return of the Living Doll trio after months apart. Backstage, I only managed to see Mom rushing toward me worriedly before everything went black. When I woke up, I was in a hospital bed with Mom and my sisters by my side, their faces full of worry.
Mia, thank goodness you're awake! You scared us so much!
I could only cry in their arms. No words of thanks or apologies could be enough at this moment. Mom and my sisters never abandoned me, not once. And yet, I always misunderstood and thought badly of them. Maybe this ugly face was my punishment. After calming down, I told them everything about Ashlyn. I feel so stupid. At that moment, I just thought, I want to be different, to be recognized for myself. And now I ended up like this. It's my fault too, I'm sorry. Your identical looks were such a special gift and I exploited it without thinking about your feelings. Mia, remember that we love you for who you are. Mia, we found a reputable clinic to handle the complications for you, so don't worry. I don't know what to say. Thank you all so much. But we won't look exactly alike anymore, right? I will get surgery too, so I don't have to look like a goofball like you. And we all laughed together. We didn't forget to prepare a special gift for Ashlyn. I started investigating the clinic she recommended. The director there was her mother, and that place had a history of botched surgeries and complications. Many clients had been deceived, just like me. I gathered their stories and posted a video exposing the clinic's negligence on social media. The video quickly went viral, gaining massive support and calls for police action. As a result, Ashlyn's family clinic faced legal consequences, and her modeling career was beyond saving. After resolving the complications, the surgery left me with a small scar. But that didn't matter anymore. Physical beauty wasn't all that I had. I returned to the runway once more with Ella and Amelia, with Mom sitting in the audience. After weathering the storm, we were stronger than ever, especially when we were together. Ready, girls? Let's do it! All my focus was on this game. My hands gripped the controller tight, my fingers flying across the buttons with expert precision. Headshot! The last opponent was down! My chat box instantly flooded with compliments from viewers who were in awe of my killer skills.
Your reflexes are insane! So freaking good!
She won again!
Nobody can beat her. She's the best of the best.
I was grinning from ear to ear, basking in the glory when... You little rascal glued to your games and computer all day. Let me show you what's what. Hi, I'm Billy. A gamer, a tech whiz, a hacker, or whatever term you know from someone who's a tech genius. Online, I was all that. But in real life, I was just a shy girl, terrible at socializing with zero survival skills. The thing is, I used to have both my parents, and my dad was the one who sparked my love for technology. We could talk for hours about computers, how to build them, fix blue screen errors, break through firewalls, you name it. But then, one day, Dad said goodbye, told me he had to go work far away, and gave me a watch as a keepsake. That was the last time I ever saw him. After that, it was just me and Mom, and every time I asked about Dad, she would avoid the topic. I started to close off and dreaded going to school because of the teasing about my incomplete family. So Mom decided to homeschool me. And from that moment, the computer became my best friend. The days passed by in peaceful monotony until one day, while I was buried in fixing a bug, I heard the news that my mom had been in a car accident and was in critical condition. I rushed straight to the hospital and was devastated to see my mom lying motionless. Worse, the doctor said that if she didn't have surgery soon, she wouldn't make it. But the surgery cost a fortune. Where was I going to get that kind of money? I wandered outside, walking along a bridge, feeling like the world was crumbling around me. Just when I was at my lowest point, my phone buzzed with a message from an unknown number. Complete the task and the money will be yours. What the fudge? Probably just another heartless scam. But then another message came through. Scream out loud and $100 is yours. It seemed ridiculous, but I did it anyway. Anything to blow off some steam. Right after that, I heard a ting, and my account had been credited $100. I hadn't even recovered from the shock when more messages started coming in. Go to the convenience store and buy something, feed a stray cat, and other silly tasks. I did them all and the money kept rolling in. I was getting pumped about this easy money gig when a hidden mission popped up with a reward of $1 million? Just enough for Mom's surgery. I didn't think twice before hitting yes. A limousine showed up and took me to a secret location. A screen lit up with the mission, hack the computer of Westfield High School's principal within 2 weeks. Wait, wasn't this illegal? But it's $1 million. $1 million freaking bucks! After agonizing over it for a while, I decided to go for it. Mom, please trust me. And that's how I ended up here, posing as a new student at Westfield High. How long had it been since I last attended school? I tried to put on my most determined face, but the truth was, my legs were shaking like jelly. Thankfully, I managed to pull myself together a bit when I met Principal Wilson. He seemed super kind and gave me a warm introduction to the school, but I was only focused on scoping out the room, and more importantly, the computer, my main target. Wait, there were 2 of them? Which one was I supposed to hack?
Any questions, young lady?
Yeah. Which of these computers has the password?
Excuse me?
Oh, I mean, I just wanted to say your computers are really nice. This wasn't going to be as easy as I thought, but whatever. I needed to get to class first. But disaster struck right away. I couldn't open my locker no matter how hard I tried, and I couldn't even find where to enter the code.
Need help with that?
With just a quick turn, they unlocked it easily. I thought it needed a password like a computer. It had been so long since I'd been around so many people. I kept my head down trying to avoid attention until... Crispy crickets! I looked up and saw the most gorgeous guy ever. I mean, look at those thick eyebrows, high nose, and those eyes.
Move it. You're in the way.
He didn't even bother helping me. Looks like being handsome doesn't mean much if you've got a lousy attitude. Phew, finally out of those boring classes. It was time to eat. After getting my food, I spotted a table in the corner and headed straight for it when I tripped over a chair leg, sending my tray flying into the air, and the food rained down on a very stylish girl's head. I am so sorry, but what do I do now? I'm not sure if this is still edible. Are you dumb or something? No, but... Then she raised her hand and I braced myself for a slap. But just then, that annoying guy from earlier suddenly appeared. Look at that aura. Was he coming to save me?
No need to lay hands on someone this dumb. Just do this instead.
And then he took his own plate of spaghetti and dumped it right on my head while everyone around burst out laughing.
Ooh, I like that new handsome guy.
That jerk, Patrick. One day, I'll make sure he gets what's coming to him. It was only the first day and everything had already gone down the drain. My mission hadn't progressed at all because there were always students hanging around the principal's office. After that day, I decided to bring my own lunch to the storage room to find some peace and quiet. But suddenly, a cold voice echoed through the room.
Who's there? How dare you trespass in my territory?
Sorry, didn't see your name on the door. I'll just sit and eat for a bit and then I'll be out of your hair. He frowned at me before turning away and lying down to sleep. I just kept eating. Pizza, yum. By the way, why is pizza round but the box is square? Hey, aren't you eating lunch? I've got an extra slice of pizza, though I already took a bite. Hope you don't mind? You know, when I was little, I thought pizza was a birthday cake because it has layers and toppings, but when I cut it, no one sang happy birthday to me.
You talk too much. Can you just scram already?
This annoying guy. If I see him again, he's gonna regret it. The next day, I decided to sneak into Principal Wilson's office by climbing in through the back of the school. But guess who I ran into again? Patrick. That guy.
You again? You really seem to like following me. I'll give you 5 seconds to get out of here. 1, 2...
And I'll give you 5 seconds to eat this fist. But I was unlucky enough to trip on my own shoelace and fall right on top of him. And we kissed. Peach flavor. You just ate peaches, huh? No, I mean, sorry.
And I smell garlic. What did you...
Suddenly I panicked and looked down at my wrist. Where was my watch? Oh no, the watch my dad gave me! It's gone! It must have fallen off when, with you. You owe me! Find it for me!
What? You're the one who crashed into me. Jeez, stop overreacting. Just get your dad to buy you a new one.
My dad. He's not around anymore. And then memories of my dad flooded back and I couldn't hold back my tears as I sat down and cried. But to my surprise, Patrick suddenly sat down next to me and handed me a tissue.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. Really. My dad's gone too, in an accident. Let me help you find your watch.
In that moment, Patrick seemed different. Not the jerk I thought he was, but someone really gentle. He combed through the bushes and eventually found the watch for me. We sat there talking until the hall monitor found us and we had to run away immediately. Since then, we exchanged phone numbers and texted each other every day. The more we talked, the more I realized there was something interesting about this guy. Although I still hadn't completely forgiven him for dumping noodles on my head under the excuse of fitting in with the others, hanging out with him kept the bullies away from me. That night, a message from the mysterious taskmaster popped up asking about my progress, but I didn't dare reply. There were only a few days left before the deadline and I hadn't accomplished anything yet. The next day, the school hosted a club fair and I knew this was my chance. While all the teachers and students were gathered outside, I sneaked into the principal's office. No one was there. One of the computers didn't have a password. Not the one. I quickly moved to the other one, but in my haste, I spilled coffee all over the keyboard, making it glitch out. Focus, Billy! Someone had put up some serious security, but nothing that could stop me. I quickly hacked into the computer and started sifting through the data folders, even though the keyboard kept going on and off. I messaged the taskmaster reporting that I had completed the mission and backed up the data onto a USB when I heard footsteps. I immediately hid in the filing cabinet and peeked through a gap. It was Patrick, and he was searching for something. Suddenly, a giant cockroach crawled up my leg and I couldn't hold back a scream. Patrick flung the cabinet doors open, shocked to see me. Just then, another set of footsteps approached. Patrick immediately grabbed me and we jumped out the window. But unlike in the movies, I wasn't graceful at all. I rolled around like a bowling ball as Patrick laughed obnoxiously. But hey, at least we got out of there. We ran out of the school and sat on a bench, both staring at each other, waiting for the other to explain why they were in that office. Okay, I'll go first. I'm a hacker and my mission was to hack Principal Wilson's computer.
A hacker? Have you been gaming so much that you're delusional?
How'd you know? I'm a gamer too, but what about you? What were you doing there? Spill it!
Fine, I'll trust you for now. But you should know what you're doing is illegal. Still, maybe you can help with my mission, so I'll let it slide. I'm an agent investigating a smuggling ring connected to someone at this school. I've searched everywhere, but found nothing, except for the principal's office.
An agent? So your codename must be Agent P, like Perry the Platypus. Perry!
Let's get serious. I've uncovered that the former principal, who's now deceased, was involved in the smuggling, and he used to work in that office. There must be something on that computer, which is why someone hired you to hack it.
I was still reeling from the shocking info dump when my account suddenly pinged with a $500,000 deposit along with a message, advance payment. I couldn't contain my mix of surprise and joy as I ran straight to the hospital and paid for my mom's surgery in advance. But the curiosity still gnawed at me. Who was behind this mysterious task? I went straight home and plugged in the USB from the principal's office, and was stunned by what I saw. It was an old photo of 3 people. This looked like the former principal, that's Principal Wilson, and my dad? I kept digging and found records of their illegal smuggling operations. But the biggest shock was an article about my dad's arrest for smuggling, dated exactly 10 years ago today. So my dad... I was shaking, but I kept going and reached the final encrypted folder. It contained the password to the bank account holding the money from their last deal. 10 years in the statute of limitations, so that's why the mysterious figure wanted me to unlock this computer and get the money. Just then, smoke started filling the room and I couldn't breathe. My head was spinning, but I managed to see a figure through the smoke. I stumbled toward them and struggled, but they shoved me aside. They went straight for the computer, yanked out the USB, and bolted, but I grabbed something from them. In the aftermath, when the smoke cleared, I opened my hand and saw Principal Wilson's ring! I immediately called Patrick and told him what had just happened.
Just as I expected.
Patrick stopped me from confronting Wilson because we still didn't have solid evidence, so we planned to break into his house together and find clues. The next day, I stubbornly went to see Wilson, and sure enough, he wasn't wearing his ring. I pretended to ask some innocent questions, but he acted like nothing had happened. But while I was there, I casually hacked into a smartwatch. That night, we climbed the wall and easily bypassed Wilson's fingerprint lock because it was a basic model, and I had the info from his smartwatch. We ran down the hallway and found a hidden passage leading to a room. Too excited, I pushed the door open, but it swung back and smacked me right in the face. Billy, now is not the time to be clumsy! Then both Patrick and I stood there, mouths hanging open at the sight of the room stacked with cash. I was about to take out my phone to snap some evidence when I saw Patrick get knocked out, and a very familiar voice echoed through the room.
Ha ha ha. Well, aren't you too clever? But too bad this is just a trap. This money's all fake. Looks like you're just like your old man, only good for being our pawn.
I was furious and about to charge at him, but then he pulled out a laptop with a countdown timer on it.
Easy there, or you'll end up in pieces. I've rigged this whole building with explosives. Now just sit back and wait for the end.
The ticking bomb echoed through the small room. The screen was filled with complex codes, like a maze with no way out. I knew that even the smallest mistake could end everything in a fiery explosion. There it is! I found a vulnerability in the bomb's defense system, but to disarm it, I needed a decryption code. I quickly typed in a series of commands, but the security system detected my interference and started accelerating the countdown. 4 minutes, 3 minutes, access denied, access denied, access denied. My heart was pounding. 1 minute, 30 seconds, 10 seconds. I looked at Patrick, took a deep breath, and typed in one final command. Please work! Bomb deactivated. Yeah! My heart skipped a beat and I felt dizzy just as Patrick woke up, saw the screen, and, surprised, hugged me tight before sprinting out.
I'm not letting him get away!
I used what little strength I had left to crawl out of that horrifying house and collapsed on the doorstep. A while later, I heard police sirens, and from a distance, I saw Patrick pinning Wilson down. We handed over the USB containing all the evidence against him, and Wilson was definitely going to be eating prison food for a long time. Miraculously, after just one surgery, my mom's condition improved. Patrick even helped me with the rest of the money needed for her medical bills. I don't even know how I can repay him. And today, I finally gathered the courage to visit my dad, who I hadn't seen in 10 years. He was overwhelmed and couldn't hold back his tears. It was a bit awkward, but I felt an invisible bond between us. And I was so grateful that Patrick helped us find the evidence to reduce my dad's sentence. Time passed, and today was the day. I had been granted special entry into the FBI Cybersecurity Division, alongside my boyfriend. Oops, meant to keep that a secret, but it slipped out. Now I'm on the same level as you. Hello, colleague.
Dream on, kid. With how clumsy you are, you'll just be stuck behind a computer investigating, not running around like me. How's that same level, huh, Squared?
You... Without me, how could you guys have...
Shh. Okay. You're always the most important to me.